Hey, everybody, how's it going? It's your boy Moi-BoyGaming here, and recently, some stuff has happened. So, um, what happened was that I was just looking over my footage, and I noticed that I really wasn't enthusiastic, or I wasn't really intrigued on telling the story, because the story that I was gonna have another life story, but it was kind of really, how do you say, it was kind of boring, really. I mean, it was fun as well to talk about, but it was also kind of just meh, boring because it wasn't really a whole lot to talk about, really. But yeah. So I just thought maybe I'll save it for another day and I'll come back on it. So as I was just on Twitter taking a break. You know me, it's your boy. I'm always on social media, every now and then. Help me. So eventually, I was looking around and I saw something really, really stupid. And you're probably wondering, what's more stupider than you, Moises? I'll let you know. There's a white man who's calling himself a black man because he was being arrested. Yeah. No balls. No, I'm talking about it right now. Here's the video. Right here. Here we go. You saw a glimpse of that. There we go.
Trying to provoke me. Do you know how to de-escalate things with genius? No, you're not. Yeah, you're talking about me foaming at the mouth. Is that going to de-escalate things? Genius? Do you have training? Genius? There's no alcohol. You want to test me? You wanted me to count backwards? Come arrest me or give me a fight. They're arresting me. They're arresting me. They're really de-escalating. Hey, don't come. Hey, stop hurt me. I'm not. Stop. Do not hurt me. Do not hurt me. You understand? Do not be rough with me. Look at them. Look at them. They're going to beat me up. Don't beat me up, you mother. Don't beat me up. Look at them. Oh my God. I can't believe they're doing this. Oh my God. Hey. Hey. Look what they're doing. Oh, get to the other side. I'm not listening. I saw you being rough with me. You treat me like a black person. You're gonna get sprayed. You're gonna get sprayed. Release your hands. Put them behind your back. You understand me? Do not hurt.
Yeah, as you saw from that, he called himself a black person. Ooh, boy, if you lived in Chicago and you said that, you would get slapped real quick. Bet you any money, come to the south side. Alright, I gotta chill down. Oof. Anyways, so, I actually got this guy on Twitter. I don't have him following on Twitter, but, yeah, I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm looking at the story. Bomb Hansen from Wesh, I think that's how you say it. Thank you for, you can give me permission, but I'm gonna take it anyway. I'm gonna read what you said on your Twitter post. Legoland doctor Jeffrey Epstein, I think that's the guy in the picture, or in the video, arrested at MCO for resisting Orlando police officers who said he was yelling and had to leave. In video, the doctor says they're treating me like a black person. Epstein tells me about how I'm making a point about police using use of force. We can talk about that in a second. Sean King posted out, "Watch this and wait for the punchline." He said, "In shock and desperation, you're treating me like an effing black person." Think on that for a moment. With all of this going on, that's what came to his mind. Police brutality, to him, is something reserved for black folk. Another one, let's get one more. Slim Ronald at SlimXRonald. More concerning about this ideology means that then what he's saying, you're treating me like an effing black person. Thanks, Dr. House, for acknowledging the elephant in the room once it's sitting on top of you. Yeah. So, you've heard what other people had to say. Now time for what I have to say. First off, let me say one thing. Doctor, you really should get your license taken away. Because not only are you a doctor, I'm pretty sure, at physical health, but you need a doctor mental health. Because seriously, dude, if you really think that being arrested is being related to being black, There was something seriously wrong with you, and I really can't wait to see you so I can punch you in the face myself. Calm myself down. Oof, it's really hard not to. Just escalate. Escalate. Yeah, I have to escalate, not de-escalate. Anyways. One more Twitter post, actually, because I think someone said something. Right. Bob Hansen, thank you for letting me use this stuff, Rogan. I was no danger for being loud because I wanted everyone to see. I wanted everything to be on the open. Big companies have to take care of their customers, and when they call the cops in, they got to de-escalate, not escalate. He also said, I'm a conservative Republican. I'm a hashtag Trump guy. But until the police fix this problem, don't blame black people for being upset when they get arrested. First off, dude, who's gonna blame black people when they're... Okay, I gotta calm myself down. Who's gonna blame black people if they're the ones getting police brutality upon? That's not even a thing. That's not a word, but that's a thing. Seriously, dude, you really thought... Okay, you're probably living in the Midwestern right now. If anything, you're probably living out in the North Side. You have everything good for you. Everything's perfect. You never had to live in the South Side. You never had to deal drugs just to get food on the table. Matter of fact than that, you're a doctor, dude. There's a lot of people who cannot have your job. There's a lot of people who sell drugs just to stay alive so they can eat. They have to join gangs so that way they can feel comfortable at home. But you're a doctor, dude. You help out people. If you don't save a life, then you help out people who have problems. Every single time they help out with acne cream, there's always a pimple on their forehead that they have to deal with, and you're the one who solves the problem. You're not the one who's gonna be selling drugs, and you're especially not the one who's black. If you were black, you would be dead. Anyway, this is not police brutality. This is police being arrested. Or this is you being arrested. And I don't know, dude, if you're watching this right now and you're probably in jail and someone's trying to mess with your honey cakes, but if you're ever doing this and if you're ever watching this on YouTube, and if you're out here watching my channel, hi, welcome to the channel, douche. I don't want to be rude to you and I don't want to curse, but there it is. If you're the one who's here and you're the one who did that, you're a jerk, and I really, really want to punch you in the face. I mean, I might be chill later on, but right now, oof. Anyway, notice how he calls himself a black person, and he's asking people if they want to test him. He's asking an officer if they want to test you. No wonder why they arrested you and threatened to use pepper spray on you. That is a threat. That is a verbal threat that you said. You want to test me? Who says that? A parent who's about to hit their child. Whenever someone says you want to test me, it's not someone about to square up. You don't ever say you want to test me to a cop. That is a verbal threat, and they will use anything they can just to arrest someone, especially if it was a black person. I can't speak for every black person in the world, but I do know a couple of friends who were arrested just for being black. And when every single time they asked why they were being stopped in the middle of an intersection, they say the most dumbest excuse in the world so they can get away with it, so they can find someone to arrest, so they can get their badge of the day. Police officers can do a lot of things. That's the law. They're allowed to be aggressive. They're allowed to arrest you as well for anything stupid. It's the law, but it's stupid. But we don't have to worry about them. We can get mad at the cops later. Right now, we're mad at your white body. Just let it go. We're mad at you currently because you're the one who's calling everyone. You're the one who's calling yourself a black person when you're clearly white. The last thing I'm gonna say, dude, is that you're a douche, and you really shouldn't say that ever again. And I wanna just take a minute, and I wanna just let you know, dude. If you're ever watching this, what's your name again? I have to unlock my phone just to figure out your name. I don't know who this name is. Dr. Jeffrey Epstein. So, Dr. Epstein, you know what? Dr. Jeffrey. You know what? Screw it. Jeffrey. That's your name, right? How do you say it? Jeffrey, right? Yeah, Jeffrey. If you're watching this, and you really want to take a lesson about how to be black, here's how you do it. Step 1. The minute you say something like that, you are going to get punched in the face and ambushed. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone found out where you live, and a black gang member threw a rock at your window. Matter of fact, anybody, a white person or even Caucasian, Latino, or I don't even know, Asian, Taiwanese. That's basically, never mind. Anybody at all can hit you for any reason at all. And that could be the main reason why is because of what you said. It's all over the news now. And your license probably going to get taken away for that racist comment that you just made. So, back onto what I was saying. If you really want to know what it's like to be black, how about you don't be a doctor? How about you be something more difficult? How about you have a life that's so difficult that you can't even do a lot of good things? You have to illegally, you have to break the law just so that way you can have food on the table. You have to sell drugs, and you don't, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but I do know that if you want to learn how to be black, then you've got to be a slave back then. Back in the old days, you would be a slave. But now, if this was still the old days, 100 years ago, you'd be the one selling black people. You'd be the one killing black people and taking their lives and forcing them to do things for you. And I'd probably be a slave too. Too. I'd probably be a slave too. But if you really want to be black, how about you do me a favor and look up Black History Month? How about you take a time just to look over the black heroes that saved the black race from being extinct? Is that even a thing? Extinct? Whatever. I have not done research, and everyone knows this. But if you really wanted to know what it's like to be black, how about you go over and you figure out that all the laws that you can do now, the legal things that you can be done now. How about you do that? You look it up and think of how much of a great life you have. And you really would notice that you're not a black man at all. Now, if you are a black man who doesn't have to break the law, who doesn't have to be in a gang just to stay alive, if you're a black man who's living in the north side and have the best life ever, basically, I congratulate you. And if you're a white man, or if you're a Caucasian guy that thinks he's black, or the Latino guy, there's something really wrong with you guys. For those who want to act black, see, with Latinos, it's not an excuse because you're half white, half black. It's actually not an excuse at all. You can act black because you're half black. But those who say who full on black, that's not a thing. And you're probably being really confused on what I'm saying right now, but I know there's one person. And they don't know me, of course, but I do know this one person. I can't say their name, but there's something really wrong. If you're watching this, you probably don't know who you are. And I'm not going to blame you because your attention span is really slow. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys watched this video on Twitter and you guys heard about this, why don't you go over and talk about this on Twitter? It's pretty annoying. But that was my rant for the day. I almost started screaming, but I have to chill. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'm gonna take a really nice hot shower, or a really cold one, because it's really hot in here. I'm gonna go get a really cold shower. I'm gonna go over and get really nice purified water, and I'm gonna chill myself out and have a good day and spend some time with my GF, my one and only, on texting on well, you get it. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please let me know in the comments below and give me your best opinions and what kind of story do you guys want me to talk about. I can talk about anything you guys want, whether it be racism, activism, or anything like that. Next week, I'm probably gonna do a episode on Antifa because, well, you'll see in a second. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I love you all to death.